PaPaSea YouTube, 6-Foot Hacks here, bringing you guys the team builder for week number 5 of the NPA. Now, this week we are facing my boy Kyleaye, coach of the Miami Donphans, one of my best friends here on YouTube. And this team builder is probably going to be really short and super fast, mainly for the fact that me and Kyle are kind of memeing this week. Me and Kyle have been in a bunch of leagues together, and we've always had serious matches, and we're like, okay, for NPA we're just gonna have some fun, we're gonna bring some fire sets, and yeah, that's kind of just gonna be the basis of this match. Don't get me wrong though, we're still going to hopefully try and pull out a W, since we did get tossed week 1. We're still currently 3-1 if I'm not mistaken, which is really nice. So hopefully we can go to 4-1 and not dip to 4-2. But yeah, team preview should be over here on the right hand corner for you guys. But let's go ahead and take a look at the first team member here. Of course, if you guys are excited for this, make sure to hit that thumbs up button down below and let me know in the comment section below what are some fire sets you would have possibly brought to this matchup. Let me know in the comment section. So first off, we have one of our win conditions here, which is Sheer Force Life Orb Steelix, which is actually really awesome. I don't think I would ever in my life bring this in just a regular matchup. But the great thing about this actually is that this legitimately outspeeds Mega Deontay at +2, which is kind of insane since we're base 30 speed and we only reach 90 max speed with the Jolly Nature, because at +2 we reach 180 speed since it's doubled, and Mega Deontay only reaches 178 speed, which is really funny because if this late game can come in and Kyle thinks that he can outspeed me once we get up that rock polish, it's going to be basically good game. Unfortunately, I don't have anything to hit something like fire type Oricorio. Actually, the Oricorio can be any type, so it's not just going to be the fire type. You can have the ghost type, the electric type as well. I think that's all the forms along with the fire type. So yeah, I don't expect it though, because we could very easily just bring Stealth Rocks. So as long as he doesn't have that, Mega Steelix can actually possibly go in. So really excited for that. Our next fiery set that we have here, pun completely intended, is Moxie Flame Charge Pyroar with Z Ground. Now originally I wanted Dig, but for some reason Dig is not compatible with Flare Blitz, which really sucks because we would have been able to do more damage to Emboar and Mega Deontay. But it is what it is. Like, Z Bulldoze still does a lot of damage, plus if we're in a position of where he does bring both Emboar and Mega Deontay and we pop a Z move on one, we don't have to wait that extra turn, because Dig is a 2-turn move anyways. At least with Bulldoze we can get that initial damage off immediately instead of waiting that first turn to charge, I suppose. But yeah, then we have Return and Flare Blitz. The idea behind the set is to come in on something that's really weak. Flame Charge not only boosts my speed by 1, but then also be able to guarantee outspeed the rest of his team that is not going to be Scarfed, as well as getting that Moxie boost. So we're going to get +1 speed and +1 attack, hopefully, which would be absolutely awesome. This is like the one set I'm hoping puts in the utmost of work. If I'm not mistaken, our speed is to outspeed potentially Timid or Jolly max speed Mesprit if he doesn't want to bring that. I could have gone with enough speed to outspeed something like Oricorio, but again, I don't expect it. Plus, if we get the +1 in our speed, then it's not going to be an issue whatsoever. Next off, we have some nice fire here as well with dual screen MammoSwine. I once in my life to draft, like back when Sun and Moon first got released, I think it was around that time. Was it around that time? I think it was like around CCLD League time. I actually brought dual screen MammoSwine, but I didn't get to use it because I didn't get in a position of where I needed to get on my screens, and I'm really hoping that in this match I can show this off, because this definitely helps out Pyroar and Steelix be able to get that rock polish or get that initial speed boost. So then we can Moxie boost with Pyroar to victory and then go from there. Or it's able to allow the team to sponge hits just a little bit better. Then we have Stealth Rocks, of course, and then Icicle Crash. Of course, Icicle Crash as our only move is a little bit iffy, but I'd rather have something that hits everything instead of having like Earthquake, where he can easily bring something like Cryogonal or the Mesprit, and then we have no way of hitting those mons. So yeah, I would rather have Icicle Crash here on this set. These defensive Vs really aren't for anything. I think we have enough speed for something. I can't remember. Hold on. We have enough speed to outspeed Jolly or Timid max speed Emboar, which is actually really cool. I kind of expect him to bring like Scald Emboar. I think that would be pretty awesome, or like especially offensive Crawdon would be really cool as well. So yeah, like I said, it's like a meme battle, so he's gonna be bringing some fiery sets. So I kind of have like a rough idea of what I would possibly expect from this, but either way, gonna have a blast. Next off, sorry about that. Next off, we have TheChoiceSpecs Zaptooth, and this set is actually really cool because I know you guys see the tech here. Nice future sight. Now, the great thing about this is that if he doesn't bring Mesprit and he doesn't bring Crawdon, which I'm really hoping he doesn't bring Crawdon, because even if he brings Mesprit, like, that's fine. But if he doesn't bring Crawdon, then being able to click TheChoiceSpecs Future Sight is going to be absolutely phenomenal, because then that's going to help us potentially get a KO with one of our other mons, which is going to be really good. Plus, Specs Future Sight just kind of smacks his entire team around except for Mesprit and the Crawdon, which is only 2 of his 11 Pokemon, which means everything else is still going to be struggling to try and switch into this, which is going to be really nice. U-turn is there just in case he figures out that I am Specs and he tries to be cheeky and bring in Crawdon, then we can U-turn out against it. If he aggressively switches it in, and then we have Psyshock and Air Slash just as other type of stab moves. Heat Wave would have been a little bit nice here on the set, but I don't really want to have to lock myself into Heat Wave in case he does bring something like Mega Deontay, just for the fact, or Emboar actually, because then that could give them an initial turn to potentially set up, and I don't want that. At least with Psyshock and Air Slash, Psyshock still does really good damage to Mega Deontay, and then of course Air Slash still does good damage to the Emboar as well. And then Future Sight is mainly, I just really want to click TheChoiceSpecs Future Sight. Like, I really want to get a KO or 2 with this move, so I'm hoping that this thing puts in a lot of work. So next off, we have the shield here actually living up to its name here as a wall, essentially, which is actually really funny because this is actually a decent Pivotmon in this battle, but like defensive Hydreigon is really nice, mainly for the fact that again it can switch into things, and then with Charge Beam we have a way of also potentially being an offensive threat, because if we gain that 2% special attack boost, because 70% is a damn lie, then at +1 we're going to be able to do some pretty respectable damage. The only downside is that we're not going to be able to hit the Emboar for super effective damage, but I'm not really too concerned about that. And this behind dual screens as well is going to be able to put in a lot of work, because that could give us more chances to try and get our special attack boosted with the Charge Beam, and then from there we can just kind of put in a lot of work. But the Rocky Helmet I think is just really nice in case he does bring the Scizor, so if he like tries to bullet punch me or he thinks that I'm not crazy enough to switch this in on Scizor, then he'll take that chip damage from the Rocky Helmet. So finally off, we have a nice Assault Vest of Manaphy. I know I brought this last week, but in this week I wanted another kind of Pivotmon, because as you guys saw, the majority of our team here is offensive. Yeah, we have the dual screens, but there's no guarantee that we're going to be able to get up dual screens. But if we do get up dual screens, then that's just going to make pivoting with this and Hydreigon a little bit easier. And the great thing about Manaphy is that with U-turn we can just gain momentum after we switch into something. The main reason I wanted Manaphy was to kind of have a switch into Mega Deontay. Like, nothing on the team at all appreciated switching into Mega Deontay, considering how scary of an offensive threat it really is if you still just want to bring offensive Mega Deontay in general. So by having this, it's still kind of a meme set, because I don't think I've ever seen anybody use Assault Vest Manaphy in general, so it's still kind of like a fun set to me, and I didn't really get to showcase it last week in last week's battle, so hopefully in this week's battle we can put in a little bit of work. But yeah, the EV spreads are just kind of all over the place to kind of give it a decent array of physical bulk while still being able to tank special hits from especially offensive mons. So yeah guys, that was just the quick team builder for this week. Match should be going up on Saturday. I'm not sure what time, maybe around noon or a little bit later, but either way, hopefully you guys do enjoy this. Let me know what are some fire stats you would have possibly brought to this match in the comment section below. Hit that thumbs up button. With that being said, I will see you all tomorrow. So later, everybody.
No matter where you're at, I'm not here to make friends, it's time to attack and deplete your HP with a final smash. Don't make me turn around and pull a 6 foot hacks. 6 foot hacks. Yeah. 6 foot hacks. Yeah. 6 foot hacks.